Folks, and welcome back to Roller Coaster Tycoon. We've made it. Expert Parks, Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, Amity Airfield. This one is special. We're going to talk about it in a sec. It's my second least favorite scenario of all time in Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 or 2. I've never played any of the expansions for Roller Coaster Tycoon because they're trash, but I also really hate Fungus Woods, like a lot. I think that's my number one most hated, but number two is very quickly Amity Airfield. I've played this probably more times than I care to imagine. I've only won a handful of times playing it because it's ridiculously hard. So let's go ahead here. We've built a flying-based theme park in this abandoned airport, which has no bearing other than the name. The big problem here, we have to have 3,000 guests in our park by the end of year 4 with a park rating of at least 600. So we're going to get in and pause immediately. There's some nice things. Let's break it down, and then we're going to go through and do all this. Normally, I forget what the parks look like and feel like and all that. This park lives in my soul. I hate this park with so much of me. So you see there's this giant pathing area here, and there's a lot of land. There's actually a pretty good selection of rides overall as well, minus space rings. You can go die, but everything else here is not bad. Like, not a great selection of coasters, but decent enough. Really good selection. There's only 2 of them, but they're both like top quality ones here. And then we have nothing on that end. So we're going to go through and research. I don't need general rides, and I don't need shops or anything like that. I just need thrill rides and all of that. We'll put that at maximum funding. Just double checking. Do we have cash machines? We do. Okay. Now, what we normally have to do, first step here is get rid of the entirety of the airport, because that's going to bring us a ton of cash, and that cash is going to be used to fund this airport because this one sucks. Luckily, we don't have to burn a whole lot of time here. We can go through and, oops, we have to unpause, but we can wipe out some of this stuff. Yay us. Normally, I'd have to sit there and right click and delete and do all the things, and then we can go through and just wipe out all of the pathing. And if you take a look at our cash as I'm doing this, it is popping up rapidly, which is what I needed to do because we're going to be pretty poor here real soon. All right, we got that. Let's go back over to scenery items. Is this a building item or is this scenery? I don't know. Oh, there we go. Okay, so that brought us almost $15,000 worth of additional income. So great. And that's where you think, okay, park's not a big deal. We have to get people in the park, not a problem. But we do have a problem. Our problem is that we have to have people coming into the park. No matter what we do, we have to have people in this park all the time without exception. So we're going to do that. I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4. And I am not going to do my normal area here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to grid it out, I think. So 1, 2, 3, or 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that should be 10 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm off by 1. All right. The idea here is that I'm going to go in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So what my plan is here is to grid this out a bit. And there's a method to the madness. I've played this scenario so many times. I have a general idea of how to approach it. And what I like to do, I'll pause the game while I'm talking about this. I like to build rides in these little areas. I'm going to set up a 2x2 grid or a 2x1 grid to get started with. And then we'll expand it 2x2. But generally, I like to build stuff in these little grid areas. Basically, 1 ride per grid. Put a coaster somewhere in there. Increase our kind of pricing on things, and then hope and pray that people come to the park, and we're going to advertise like crazy when we get going here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. So that's going to be the start of our park here, and that's fine. We don't need to worry about that. Like, that's low cost, low bar, not a big deal. Next steps we need to do, I'm going to bring down the price of this because I really like them having even amounts of money. I don't know why. It's just like a pet peeve of mine when they don't. And we're going to put in some of the absolute basic things that we need to have. In this case, it's going to be food, which we're going to charge far too much for. Like, this is going to be a $3 fried chicken stand, which I still think is fair. Like when you think about like what an amusement park food costs, $3 for a full chicken sandwich, and then another what, $2 for that. So $5 total gets you everything. That sounds remarkably fair. But we're gonna go in here. We're gonna get some of the basic stuff set up. So I need to get the thrill rides established. We're gonna wait for the full load. All of that stuff needs to still exist. I'm gonna go in here, and I'm approaching this very different than most parks that I play in this game. The reason for that is this one demands it. It's not a simple play and forget kind of park. This one is brutal, and I mean that in every sense of the world. It is a brutal, brutal park. And if you are not careful with what you do and how you do it, you will lose. So I need to just make sure that I am remarkably careful with how I do all of this, because I want to win. And the only way to win this one is to play the way it wants you to play. Again, this park keeps me up at night. I hate this park so much, but we have to play the game. So we're gonna go in, we'll get that, and I'm pausing a lot because time is incredibly valuable in this one. If you waste time in this one, for at least as far as how I play it, it's game over. So we have to really be mindful about where we're at here. I'm actually going to test that one because I forget the speed that I picked. Yeah, see, that's too much. It probably will fit with the game, but it's too much overall. All right. We'll go with yellow this time, I guess. All right. And then I need one coaster to just get us set up here. And the coaster that we're going to go with is just going to be... It's going to basically be that without the theming is my plan here, or something like that without the theming. So if I turn the theming off, that's what I want. And we'll stick that, I guess, over here. Sure. Actually, we are going to quickly do a little work to that bad boy. We're going to put an on-ride photos section, and then we'll have it go up to its number. We'll test it. This one we'll test. Test that. Test that. Fantastic. All right. I'm like actually physically anxious in this one right now because I hate this one so much. It's such a pain in the butt park to get accomplished, and I just don't like it. And I need to make sure... Oh, no, we can't do it that way. We have to go this way. Well, I guess we can go the other way. All right, can I do that? There we go. Okay, I'm happy with that. It kind of messes up some of our stuff, but that's okay. Now, we can add on some handymen and women to help us out. We'll add on one construction person. We'll add on a couple security guards. We will open said park. And generally, a good rule of thumb is you can charge roughly $5 to $10 for a coaster, depending on what coaster it is, and then $1 to $3 for a flat ride. So if we're looking at this, I'm going to go to the upper end of $10, and then on this, we're going to go to the lower end, roughly of $2 for all of those. So I'm going to add one more flat ride here eventually. So I'm going to make this $20. I think that's fair. I think that should be fine. And then park ride, we'll open all of them up. They'll have their test run. They'll have done their thing. This one we just need to adjust timing on. That's waiting for a full load and does all of that. And we're good. We spent roughly, what, $9,000 so far? And we have a park that's functional. All right, so from there, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, and I'm not going to close any of this in. I know I'm spending a little extra money because I can't follow my mouse here, but I'm going through and I'm just trying to set up the next part of this park so we can get that part. Oh, I forgot a line there, right there. All right, so this, again, it's very different than my normal strategy. And the reason for that is this park just flat out demands it. We have to do something different. So we will get this one set up so that we can hopefully be successful here. Make this bad boy green colored. Put those as green colored. Open that up. Open that and that. We need to add some more bathrooms and such here. And then once we have the last pieces that I would like to have in place, we are going to set some advertising here. But I need to make sure I make my money. I need to make at least $2 on every item. And if it's not that, it needs to be close to that. All right, so we got that. Fantastic. I'll put that over here. Yeah, there we go. We got some ice cream-esque kind of things. All right, and then we need to go into our finances, and we're going to do... No, I don't want free entry to the park, do I? I might. Getting 3,000 people into our park is no easy task. So I'm going to spend, and I'm going to do it again. It's different than all of my other approaches. I'm going 2 weeks. Usually I go 12 weeks. But you can get a little bit of extra time depending on how the game plays. You can get just a slight bit of extra time if you if you do every 2 weeks instead of more than that. So we'll play that game and we'll go in and do some of the other stuff that we need to have here. Again, this park is just, I wish we could have water rides. I wish we could have lots of things, but we just can't have them. And like for this, I would love to build more of a coaster area here. Like, this park annoys me greatly because I want to build fun rides. But if I'm playing this level correctly, I should not build fun rides. I should build something that just satisfies the requirement of what we're doing here. And that requirement is that we just build out something stupid and crazy and ridiculous. And that's what we're going to do. So we'll do that. Cool. Do that. Block break that one down. Actually, I'll have that go straight. Then block break it. Turn and another set of block breaks. And we have a really long station that we absolutely do not need, but I can use for lineage. All right, we'll drop that down to 5 cars, which means we get a capacity of 20. Test that out and see how that wants to work. Hopefully that fits the bill. Called Skyhawk, which I believe is the name of a ride already, but whatever. Go through, we have that guy doing its thing. And I think we're going to be okay. That lightning flash is brutal. All right, It's meeting excitement. That's fine. I don't really care. It's every 52 seconds, so our maximum wait time is going to be 10 seconds. Minimum wait time is going to be more like 5. And then we have that bad boy opened up. Now, I should look and see how many people are coming, or what the average person coming into this park is coming with. So 65. And this is the part of the game that's just annoying. You have to just check and see. 75. That's good. 55. Okay, that's our lowest so far. But with our new coaster, we should be able to also update our pricing. 55. Okay. Actually, we're going to bring out 27. I like 27 better than that. But look at that. We've already brought in a butt ton of money. Like, we've brought in almost $4,000 already. 45. Okay, that's our indication here. There's another person there, but we can't see them. There they are. There they are. All right, what do you got? 65. 65. Okay. So I'm going to assume 45 is the lowest price that somebody's going to be coming into us with. And now my goal is to start filling out this area. So I'm going to continue this kind of grid system. You can see we broke it with this ride. So I'm going to continue this out and then back up and over. And then we'll figure out where we're going from there. Because I like to repair the grids if I can. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Not those. And then we need more advertising campaigns. So we can just keep advertising for Vertigo. That's fine. Don't really care. Advertising campaign for the park. Sure. Half price entry to the park. Why not? I'm not gonna take any freeloaders quite yet. Mainly because I need to maximize my capital. This is not a long scenario. Like, you only have 4 years to get this thing up and running the way it should be. That's not a lot of time in Roller Coaster Tycoon time, especially when you're able to adjust the time and all that stuff. So we're just gonna exist here a little bit and hope and pray that we can make our bankroll here and do things. Now, how much are we charging over here? Is it $3 or are we doing less? We're only charging $2. No, that's not enough. All right, so that's $3 for that, $3 for that. Burger, sure. All right, and I'm gonna try to throw in some more bathrooms and other places to buy things and to be happy and all of that. For apparel items, I really like to make $3 if possible, just because I think it makes more sense. But we'll see what that does. All right. So we're just under our original $10,000 that we started with. If we take a look, we got the lay down roller coaster. Now we have a vertical drop coaster coming, which is fantastic. That's what we want. And again, I'm prefacing all this with my approach to this park is very different than what it typically is. This one requires that you just don't care about the park the way that you normally would. And that will make a whole lot more sense here in just a moment, because I'm going to build a coaster that I'm not going to be proud of, I think. So let me get the station built, and then we'll figure out what we're doing here. So do the holding brake, cool. Drop, drop, drop. Is that too much? I have to hold off for a second because this will freak out the second I throw a block brake in there. It's fast, but I think it'll be okay. And I don't actually know if this is going to work or not, but this is not a coaster I'm proud of. It's a coaster I'm going to build, but I'm not thrilled with it. But if it fits the bill and helps us win the level, it's worth it, right? Let's see, I'll throw another block break on there. All right, we're only going to run 2 trains. Speed that lift hill up. Let's test and see what we got. And our campaign already finished. All right, we just have to advertise constantly for this. So Skyhawk, what do you got a line? Yeah, buddy. All right, what I'm encouraged about right now is we have almost 500 guests in our park. We are in May of year 1, so that's a good thing for us. But again, it's just, this park is brutal. It's absolutely brutal. So we're going to just try to do our thing. This, I spent probably about an extra $4,000 to $5,000 more just doing this extra. What I should have done is just had this go off the loop and then back into the station. It's going through that a little fast. I don't know if it's going to make it through this properly. So we need to make sure that takes place. I think we'll be fine. Oh no, we're not. Okay. So that's a problem. All right. Can I do anything larger here? Or should I just go with the what we have? The medium? All right, I'm going to delete the end of this ride because I'm genuinely curious about what happens if we... All right, what I'm actually going to do here real fast, and I know I'm wasting time, but the curious side of my brain is ever curious, and I just need to see if this works or not. So will it clear the sloop is the question. If it does, awesome. If it doesn't, that's fine. Okay. That's what I thought. I didn't think it would clear it, but I needed to make sure. It's not a want, it's a need. All right, so let's do this. We'll throw it up there. We can actually do that if we wanted to. Block break it. I wish there was something more than just loops and stuff on this one, but there's not. So we'll block break that part. Boom. Actually, I would like it to exist just a little farther. We'll throw an on-ride photo section there, because why not? And then we can have it turn out. Do that. Bam. Block break it. Into station and block break again. Alright, that should work. 3 trains. Yep, cool. Spending too much time on this. And that's going to bite me in the butt here eventually, but I do like to have my rides established, so do with that what you will. There we go. Appropriate speed through there. Comes up at 16. Never even touches that first brake. Fantastic. And then comes into that last braking section. My. comes in quite quickly. But take a look. Those are ratings that you can't argue with. So we're going to charge $3 for that. Called Iron Drop. Good with that. I want that rusty kind of looking. There we go. That's industrial looking, right? Yellow. And then we'll put that as the rusty color. Heck yeah. All right. The ride time is 41 seconds. So we'll go 12 seconds to max. There we go. Open that up. And I think that means we can charge more money now. $36, that sounds fair. Again, I really dislike charging people way too much money for rides, but in this one you have to. It's just a function of how this park works. You have to charge a lot of money for things. So I'm going to embrace that idea. And then we'll throw in that. Open that up. All right, cool. Have it, don't have it, never will have it, don't have, or have it. Yeah, excuse me. Have it. Have it, no, have it, no, yes. And then for whatever reason, there's no water rides in this park. All right. Campaign-wise, what I want you to pay attention to right now, though, because, again, I'm being very exacting on how I'm playing this one. It's different than all the parks you see me do. It's different than my normal approach because you have to focus in on getting guests in this park immediately and getting that ticket price up immediately. If you do not, you will not be successful. I can't tell you how many times I've played this park where I've just kind of gone through and hoped and prayed and dreamed that we'd get there with like our goal is 3,000 guests. Is that what it is? Yeah. I've had like 2,500 guests with like 4 months ago. And normally that's not a problem, but they run out of money. They want to go away. And we need to make sure they don't do that. So we're going to start building up our capacity at this point. So they can get free ice cream. Sure. I don't care. The only thing they're not getting is free entry into this park. It's the only thing I refuse to give up. Everything else, wide open. We have 600 guests in our park, which is great. We're in June of year 1. If we keep up our current trend, we'll be fine. But we need to make sure we keep up that current trend. So we're going to put in some more food spots. Put some hot dogs back there. Make sure we're charging an appropriate... I want my $2. Some coffee and hot dogs, of course. Naturally, they go together, right? Throw you in the bathroom back there. Heck yeah. All right. And again, my money here is sitting... We've only... as far as the actual park itself goes, like when we start with $10,000. So we're down to about... We've spent about $1,500 and we built all this, which I am beyond thrilled about. We're going to continue going through here, and we'll see what we get. We got a flying coaster. Again, everything in me screams, build a big, fun ride. It's not what this one's about, unfortunately. So we're not going to do that. Hopefully we get a good thrill ride. We can put it in over here or maybe over there. What's the line like for this guy? 6 minutes, not bad. What's the line like for this one? 5 minutes, not bad. How about this one? Has to be way less than both those. 7 minutes, interesting. This one, 4 minutes, fantastic. Okay. So we're going to increase the speed here of the game. Make sure we make our money back. We can entirely pay off our loan if we wanted to. We're in June of year 1 and we've completely repaid our loan. We have a functional park that is making us profit every month without question. That's fantastic. We're already up $2,000. We're still in June. We're going to make it to $3,000 before the end of the month. There it is. And we still have another week to go. All right. Now, we have to pay the Pied Piper and go through and make sure that we can do all of the things. So we're going to keep doing all of this. Free coffees, half price entrance. Cool. The only thing you're not getting is free entry to this park. And I'm going to throw in, even though we don't necessarily need it, I'm throwing in that first little cash machine because at the end of the day, we probably are going to need it. We got to, actually, I'm going to turn on general rides as well, just because, but we got a magic carpet, which I actually rather enjoy. These are one of my favorite rides as far as flat rides go in real life. I think they're super fun. Roller Coaster Tycoon disagrees, but that's okay. They don't rate it very highly. I think it's a very fun ride. So we're going to open that up, we'll wait for full load, all of that. And we'll move through. See? It's doing its thing. Now, my intention is to slowly fill up these squares with more rides and more things. But I've also seen people, and I've played it before, where I just leave those squares as is because it gives buffer. And by buffer, what I mean is that we have almost 1,000 guests in this park, which is ridiculous. It gives us capacity to deal with more things. So that's one way to play it. I don't know if I'm going to play it that way or not. Not you. Goodbye. I don't need you. What I need is you. And you're going to go over here. And you're going to entertain all of the peeps in that line. There we go. And you can see we're already built up $6,000. We're almost at 1,000 guests. We're doing the work we need to do here to be successful. I do need another capacity ride, so I think I'm going to throw on one of these. And I kind of want to throw in a pre-made one. I'm not going to, but I kind of want to. So do we have enough? Oh, we got too much. How about that? There we go. Okay. Not that. That's insane. All right, we'll do that. We'll throw in a little loopy-loop. All right, I need to pause and spend some money on our advertising. Everything has a full line. This is my least favorite part of this, is trying to just get them to do the basics. All right, there we go. All right, I'm going to take out a little loan. This is more of a coaster than I intended on building, but that's okay. I dig it. There we go. Run it into brakes. Block break that bad boy up, drop it into this line of stuff where we'll throw some more brakes in the way. And then block break that up. Fantastic. So we got 3 trains on that, right? Yeah, baby. All right, let's get that lift hill moving on up at 6 miles an hour. All right, so basically this spot right here, we're always going to have a train somewhere in that spot based off of how we have that designed. Then that's fine. There we go. What did we just get? A motion simulator. That's a fantastic ride for this park. Doesn't take up a lot of space. Does all the things it's supposed to. Oops, I have to look at this guy and make sure it's still... Oh, that's fast. Hopefully that will be okay. It flips over pretty darn quick too. All right, let's take a look at train 2 here. I'm more interested in how fast it goes through this part here. Hoping around 30-ish. Yeah, that's not bad. We're going to call it Sunburst. There it is. Those are good numbers. I'm okay with those numbers. All right. Let's see, how long does it take? 1 minute and 5 seconds. So 20 seconds is the absolute max it's going to take. It's going to be less than that, but we'll put it at 20. Put it at 15 there. All right. Do we have... Yeah, we even have that. Fantastic. I'm going to repaint this guy because we have 2 yellow coasters and that just cannot stand. So we'll get red. Put some white supports on that one. There we go. And then we can open up Sunburst. All right, and then look, we already paid back our loan. Fantastic. We're 1,000 people in. We are, if we just were to continue at our current trajectory, we win no problem. But this park, again, requires that you pay constant attention to all of the things. So we really need to go through. Again, I've approached this very differently. I am not double pathing stuff. That's because I need to save money. Not because I want to, because I don't like how it is. I'd like to save money. Number 2, I've done this grid system, which I normally don't. I usually like to build loops on loops, which a grid kind of is, but I don't like to have it prescribed out. But on this one, I need to. And then I'm also building coasters. Neutered is the nicest way I can put it. I'm building coasters that are not the capacity that I would normally build, and way slower in all of the things than what I would want to do, just because I need them to be able to cycle a lot of people and to attract people as much as possible. So that's kind of the thought process of what we're doing here. Not necessarily that we're absolutely trying to win, but not necessarily that we're trying to win in the way that the game is designed to be. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, and there is going to be our next area of addition when I don't drag it over areas that, oh God, help us. I'm wasting so much money. This is me being tired and or lazy. I see when I'm paying attention, I can do a markedly better job of what I'm supposed to do here. All right, but we're gonna, let's see, where's the closest bathroom? We're gonna throw another bathroom in over here. Throw another info kiosk over here. I'm not even gonna throw cash machine in over here. It's very close to our other one, but I need to do it. And then we're gonna advertise, or I'm gonna need to borrow some cash. Advertising campaign for Sunburst. Advertising campaign for the park. Free food or drink. Ice cream, sure. Half price, sure. And then what I also want to do is I want to grab like cotton candy. Cotton candy cannot cost that much money. So we got all those. They're all back in place. Fantastic. Yeah, see, even if we up this like crazy, the $3 will make $270 per sale. That's wild. And now it's just a matter of outfitting this whole area with more stuff. So I actually regret my decision of giving that there, because we actually make more money on some of these other items. Like, I should give it out on the ones that my profit margin is the lowest on, not the highest. For some reason, I want to make it on the high earning items. And this one we make $2.70. So don't give away free drinks, because if we take a look at donuts, we only make $2.60, which we should sell that. Or if we look at sandwiches, we make $2.50. So I should sell those ones for free. Take a look at this bad boy, $2.50, but it's making us $1,000 an hour, which is ridiculous. Did I read that right? Was that $1,200 or $1,400 an hour? Yeah, look at that. $1,400 an hour for that. That's amazing. All right, we can do this now. So I'll throw that bad boy in there. Have we gotten any new rides other than that motion simulator? Nope. But we got an inverted impulse coaster. Fantastic. Easy coaster. A little expensive. Takes up almost no footprint. So I could put that in here or over here or lots of places and it will work. But you take a look here. Like, we've built rides, but we're able to maintain our cash, which is fantastic. We're at 1,200 guests already. We're only in August of year 1. We definitely have some throw-up action happening over here, so maybe I'll throw in another one of these stands. Cool. And you, my friend, are just going to go over there and clean that up real fast, even though we already have another one. See, he's right there. And that looks good. All right, cool. Coaster-wise... I really want to build a real flying coaster because the capacity, like if I would have built this as a flying coaster, the capacity is insane. We could have done some more stuff. Probably would have made a better decision overall, but we'll take it. We're going to build this guy. It's always interesting to look at these. Like the circulator looks okay. It's more exciting and costs $4,000. This one is a little less exciting and costs more money. Now, a lot of that's because it's up in the air, which doesn't make sense of why it's built like that, but whatever. We're going to build, obviously, the cheaper version, and I'm not a big fan of, in general, building like this, but actually, I'm still not a big fan. I can just do that on my own, but first, we need to advertise more. So Sunburst is going to get more of that sweet, sweet advertising dollar. That's going to go there. We'll send that to subs. Get people towards the back of the park and half price entry. We're almost at halfway through where we need to be, which is fantastic. And just quickly taking a look at this layout here. It goes straight up. Looks like it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Goes up. Okay. I think we can build that without any real issue here. Two, 3, 4, 5. Let me just double check to make sure I can get this part away. And then I'll throw on. There's no on-road photo on this one? Really? Oh, that's disappointing. Alright, I'll do that in there. And we can almost afford that without borrowing any money. So we're just going to speed the game up here and slow it back down. So we can do that. Bam. Bam. We'll test it and see what it does. That's not fast enough. That's good. Back through. We'll probably have to do that again. Oh, no. We don't need to do that again at all. Forget that. We're not trying to make the best ride. We're not trying to make the most exciting ride. We're trying to make the ride that we can cycle people through the fastest. So, all right, that's going to be green in color because that's the pathway that we haven't used recently. We will repaint that and we'll call it the Green Monster because that's what I do with rides is I just reuse names and I'm very happy to do so. So that's easy enough there. We got that. Wait for a full load. All of that's fine. We'll open that bad boy up. Heck yeah. And one of our little grid spots is filled out. We have to refill in a lot of these still, and that's fine. We'll get there. Got another coaster on the way in. We're going to probably build another flying coaster or our first flying coaster somewhere over here, I think. And I might shut off coasters after that. I don't really know if that's what I want to do or not. Like, we have it. I hate building these. Have it. Don't have it yet. This one we can build pretty easily and without really much recourse. Let's do that real fast. I wish I had a little bit more space there, but I don't, so I can't do what I wanted to do there originally. I just like that that's so far away, but that's what we need to do. So we'll test that out. Again, we're not trying to build the world's best anything right now. We're just trying to survive. All right, so we'll do that. We'll paint this a bluish color. There we go. It's going to go through. Wee. Slows down. Goes in there. And it's home before we even know it. All right. Fantastic. Got all of that. We got our advertising campaign. We can set that up for... What did I even call this ride? Green Monster. There There we go. And we didn't have to spend any money to do that. We're just going to call it swing. All right, take a look. It's 41 seconds divided by 8 cars. It's roughly 5 seconds per thing. So, and we'll introduce that. Now we can open that up. Cool. Got a twister coaster? Heck yeah. Need some money to do that, but heck yeah. And I don't think we're going to have to grow this park too much more. I know we're halfway to our goal, which is lovely. Take a look at how long this line is. 6 minutes. Beautiful. But I'm planning on building this guy out, having come up, drop, loop, come back basically into the station, maybe put some corkscrews and stuff in there, but nothing special. That's going to be a capacity monster, like absolute monster that we can hopefully do a lot with here. So we do that. All right, I'll have to move it over just a little bit more, but you get the idea of what we're looking at here. What was that last pop-up that we saw there? Flying saucer broke down. Okay. Oh, I should probably add some more mechanics as well. We only have the one. Let's just take a look and see how that goes. It should be fine, but I just want to make sure. Drop. Whoop. Barely makes it through. Fantastic. Corkscrew there. On-ride photo. Let's do another corkscrew. Here we go. Brakes. And then some block brakes. I hate myself so much for how I'm approaching this, but it's just how I need to do it to survive. This one is just so painful across the board. We don't have a blue anything, right? Oh no, we have blue one right there. Never mind. What colors do we have not used yet? Red we used. Orange. We don't have an orange. We kind of do. Green we used. Black we have not used. Okay. Call it Nightmare. We have 2 trains. Test that. And we only have floorless trains, which is fine. Guess we'll go with the red. We'll wait for a full load, all that stuff. It should be high. Yeah, it's the dumbest ride ever. 39 seconds. But it works. And we have not taken a loan out in a very long time, which makes me happy. We're up to 1,600 guests, so we're roughly 1,400 away from where we need to be. And we're doing the things. All right, so we're going to add our advertising campaigns in there for all of the things. Nightmare is going to be our newest addition, so you're going to get the advertising dollars. The park is going to get the dollars. I'll give it coffee this time and half price entry. Why not? All right, we're going to spend $40. I want to see if this guy's been used at all. And has been. And how about this one? Heck yeah. There we go. And this is not like the most perfect attraction, but it's going to work. And I should take a look here really quickly and just see if this ride, yep, You've Made Me Money. And this one also has an already photo, I believe. Yep, You've Made Money. And this one has also made money. Fantastic. This has been our highest contributor. I think this one's going to beat that out pretty easily real soon. Taking a look here, we have a double-decker. We already have an observation tower. I don't need another one, but we have a double-decker one coming our way, which is going to fit in right there. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to go in there. Exit. Yep, there it is. Nope, 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 nope. Not that one. Oh, maybe it is that one. All right, what's this guy go up to? 200. So this one's going to go way taller. Tower ND. All right, we got that. Change that over to a double. Wait for a full load. All of that stuff is good. That's good. And then we'll open that up. Okay. Now, this park feels so different than what I normally build, but my goal here is to make a successful park, not to make a one that I want to like build normally, because this setup is not my normal dig. I like that we went a little extra. We went a little farther than we had to with coasters, but not so much farther that we're outside of our normal kind of realm. But I don't like the grid system that we have set up here. I don't like a lot of this park. It's just that this is it's what we have to do. All right, so Nightmare, cool. Advertising campaign for the park, cool. Vouchers. Where about the apples? Candy apples. There we go. And I suppose we could easily win this if we just gave free admission. We could knock this out, no problem. But we're only in year 2, March of year 2. We still have some time, and we're at basically 2,000 guests. We're doing just fine. We've almost obliterated. There we go. We're at $10,000. So our original amount has been surpassed that we started with. Even, I'm not counting in all the stuff we got rid of, but even still, if you count that plus what we have now, we're in really good shape overall. So we're going to build on that. Go there and there and there. Cool. We'll test it because I want to make sure we don't get any sick people on it, or people who will be sick because of it. I still don't know why the nausea on this one is so high compared to a drop tower. This one's shorter. Is it because the spin's going up? Like, that doesn't do anything to me personally. It may, I guess, other people, but to me, that doesn't do anything to my stomach. But I don't know. Maybe it affects other people. But the idea of being shot up and then falling seems a much more egregious error on my stomach than what this one does of just going up and spinning and looking at the park and then dropping straight down. We're officially at 2,000 guests, folks. We're 2/3 of the way there. We don't have that much farther to go. We have another 1,000 guests. But we are, as the kids say, cooking right now. So I'm feeling pretty happy with our progress and where we are at. See, we need to get a flying coaster next. And do I want to build something larger? I kind of really, really do. Do we have that? Can we get more than 7? Yeah, we can do 8. Okay. So then we can throw some block breaks. Well, I'm not going to do that yet because I want to make sure if I need to turn on the little blue check mark thingy that I can. But basically I'm going to build in this area. And I'm not going to go crazy. I know I could go crazier, but I'm not going to right now. Best value park in the country. Heck yes, we are. We are the best park in the country. Not just the best value, but we are the best park in the entire country. As far as I'm concerned. I wish I would split that just by 1 more, and that would be gorgeous, but it's not going to work like that. So I'll throw an alright photo there. I just want to make sure it makes it through all this. Again, I'm not building something massive, but I want to make something more significant than any coaster we have so far. Right now, we built this, which is a complete coaster. This one is a neutered drop coaster, but it does its job. Again, kind of neutered, just there to exist. What's the line like this at? 5 minutes, not bad. And I missed this one to see if it actually completes the circuit or not. So I need to take a look and see. Does it make it back to this brake run? That's all I really care about right now. If it makes it a brake run, we're golden. Oh, just barely. That's perfect. No, I can't do that. I really wanted to throw a loop in there, but I can't. I can do something like that. And then we're just going to send this meandering back through the ride itself. Boom. Block break that bad boy up. And then we'll break this area up. Got a top spin. Not my favorite. Oof, hold on. Okay, there we go. All right, block brakes. Boom. Regular brakes. Bam, 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 bam. Straight, straight. All right, that should be fine. I think we're okay with all that. 3 trains? Nope, not 4. 3. Let's see what that looks like. I think we're okay. Oh, this thing's whipping. It's too fast. That first whole section is a little too fast. I like this spot. Natural slowdown. Also, natural braking area. And I think we're okay the rest of the ride. Do we clear the brake run before it gets to the second spot? Yes, we do. Fantastic. We're just going to call it Flyer. Paint it white. Some light blue supports, I guess. There we go. All right. The ride time is 1:14. So we'll do that, and then we can open that up. Finance-wise, I just need to advertise for this. Flyer, all that. There we go. You can see our numbers they were on a steady line up, and then the second that I stopped advertising, they started kind of humping out there. Just sounds terrible to say it out loud, but that's what it was. And then we're going to get this thing to just be a capacity monster for us. There are 88 people on the ride right now. 96 people. That's what we should see. 96 people all the time, no matter what, on that ride. It's going to cycle very quickly. We're at 22-ish, 100 guests. And what I'm going to do at this point, let me just take a look and see what we have coming our way. We got top spin, lay down. No, that sucks. All right. So we're going to advertise for our ride here, which is Flyer. I'm going to do it for the full 12 weeks, just so I don't have to worry about anything else at this point. I can just go bananas. Let's see. I need to borrow some money for the rest of what I want to do. So get that, half price entry. And now it's just time to just game the system and just go for broke. So we're going to pay back. We'll pay back. There's all of our loans paid back. We got lay down cars, which is not something I care at all about. But what I do care about is our guest numbers are going up. And hopefully there's a market increase. See how there's a steady incline there? And then you can see it flattened for a bit. And now it's back on the rise, which is exactly what I wanted to have happen. We're doing fine. We are at roughly 2,500 guests here. We should beat that in just a few moments. We got a shuttle. Oh, we got... Okay, that's fine. Let's see what our guests think of us here. It's too crowded here. Where are they thinking that? Everywhere. That's the danger of not building stuff like bananas here. All right, so Deja Vu is the next ride that I'm interested in. It's going to go over there. We have that one. So we'll test said ride up. There we go. Wait for full load, maximum load on all that. Real quick, we're going to get rid of that sector there. And basically, anytime you can find a flat section on a blueprint ride, delete it and put it on an ride photo. It just makes sense to do that. Like on this guy, it's a custom built ride, but you can see our profit for hour is $2,200. We've made $390 and we've done nothing. We built the ride. That's all that mattered. It's going to make more than this one already. We're at 402. This one's at 415. This guy here, look at us. It's made almost $2,000 for, or almost $2,500. This one made $1,200 over that for us. So if we can get some more cash on here, we'll be in real good shape. Let's take a look what we got here. There we go. Open that bad boy up. And what do we not have? Popcorn. We don't have any popcorn right now, so we're going to throw in a popcorn stall there. And now we can give away free popcorn because it's way back in the middle of nowhere and they have to pass a lot of stuff before they get to that popcorn. All right, we're only 300 guests away. We got this bad boy in the bag. It's game over, folks. But let's take a look and keep playing and doing our things. We got 7 weeks remaining. We're up to just about 2,800 guests, not 1,800. Gosh, that would suck if we were at 1,800. But we are crushing it with this approach. Again, spam rides. Spam small rides that don't cost a lot. And then once you have them spammed, then you can build in things that are slightly more complicated. Again, we're not building big coasters in this park, not doing anything wild or crazy, just building slowly but consistently and adding capacity consistently while upping our gate cost really quickly, like way over the top compared to what I normally would do, as you've seen. But to make ends meet in this one and to actually win this park, you have to do stuff like that. It's not a park process that I'm particularly proud of. I don't know. That doesn't really make sense to say. But there's not a lot of ride options in this one. Like you can see, if we take a look at our research here, we have coasters, shops and stalls, and scenery and theming. We've already exhausted all of the ride types. So taking a look here, transportation rides, we have them and we can build them, but whatever. Over here, have it, don't have it, never will build it. There it is. Red Rocket, baby. But going back to our rides real fast. Coaster wise, we built a bunch, and thrill rides, don't have it, have it. So there's not a lot of rides to build, but we conquered this one pretty nicely, pretty easily, and I'm happy with the end result here. Even though it's not a park I would particularly enjoy visiting because I think all the rides are borderline terrible, it does its job and accomplishes its goal. So folks, thanks so much for joining me. I really appreciate your time, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.